Welcome to a reading of in-game lore from Control. This video contains all the collectible documents found under the Case Files Altered World Events heading in the base game. Albany, AWE 29. Event Summary. A response team was dispatched to a possible AWE in progress at Albany. At the scene, the team encountered and retrieved AL-63. Event Response. The Bureau had discovered numerous online message boards regarding loud noises coming from an abandoned shipping warehouse belonging to the corporation. Local law enforcement had discovered numerous bodies in various states of mutilation in the vicinity. This, along with the noises, were considered to be evidence of a werewolf due to the fact that they only occurred on the last 3 full moons. Field Agent accompanied a squad of ranger trainees to the site as a form of field training. The likelihood of a genuine AWE was considered low. Despite this evaluation, the team encountered a highly volatile altered item, which they successfully retrieved. Albany, AWE 29. Details. Upon arrival, the squad broke into the warehouse and discovered boxes of undelivered merchandise abandoned by the previous owner of the warehouse. As they investigated the noise along the south side of the building caused it to collapse inward. Wooden crates and accelerated physical from rendered Field Agent blank and 2 of the trainees unconscious. The others escaped the warehouse before it collapsed entirely. In the rubble, they found AL-63 at the origin of the attracting and repelling debris. They stood guard around the item until the moon set, at which point the altered effect ceased. They returned the item to the Bureau without further incident. No fatalities occurred. The collapse of the warehouse was not witnessed by civilians, and thus no reinforming by the communications department was required. Bright Falls, AWE 35. Event Summary. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13, 2010 by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker, that an AWE event was taking place in Bright Falls, Washington, referred to events investigated in 1970, 1976, and 1978. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah, who's the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to the 1970 Thomas Zane, 1976, 1978 Odin Anderson, Tori Anderson. Alan Wake was believed to investigator. Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possible object of power, that missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. Bright Falls, AWE 35. Details. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigations. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of memory loss. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Hartman, referred to the Creator's Dilemma, and the file regarding the Cauldron Lake Lodge. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. See Prime Candidate Program file for more details. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press, New York and Olympia. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. Notes. A monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. Butte, AWE 17. Event Summary. A spat of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Event response. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at which had been connected to a total of blank disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light switch cord in the Butte home's closet disappeared during this incident. Butte, AWE 17. Details. According to their testimony, the agents had been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel, named the Ocean View Motel and Casino, and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside the room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the and sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is but initial hypotheses center on the Butte AWE as a See Dr. Darling presentation 24.3 for more details. NA AWE 18 Event Summary. A possible AWE in which an unnamed individual experienced transcorporeality via a phone line. Event is notably similar to AWE- in which event response. Event is believed to have been caused by and as a result the following measures have been taken to prevent NA AWE 18 Details. Transcript of a call to the California State Emergency Services. Dispatcher. 911, what's your emergency? Voice. Hello, I'm here, can you hear me? D. I can hear you, ma'am. Where are you? Voice. I'm, inside the wires, I'm lost. D. Ma'am, have you been drinking tonight? Voice. I feel like I'm stretching through the wire towards you. Don't hang up. I might go if you hang up. D. Go where, ma'am? V. Go. Gone. Away. D. Okay, can you describe your surroundings? Unknown noise. D. Ma'am. Hello, ma'am? Note. Dispatcher attempted to call the number back, but it was no longer in service. Havana. AWE 48. Event Summary. An auditory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, injuring the majority of diplomatic staff stationed there. Deaths were reported and the outgoing information has been managed. Event response. Bureau agents arrived at the embassy on the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the AWE, which is reported to have been. Staff experienced sudden, intense vibrations and noise, accompanied by an intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for minutes. No visual phenomena was witnessed. The scene was cordoned off, and the embassy staff were transported to the continental U.S. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. See case file AL85 for details. Havana AWE 48. Details. Bureau medical staff personally evaluated the injured embassy personnel when they arrived back in the country. While the victims reported cognitive issues, dizziness, and fatigue, further testing by Bureau medics found intense cell damage similar to that of radiation exposure. Agents and research staff remained to take soil samples from the surrounding area, but found no trace of beyond the health issues of the staff. The communications department disseminated a story of foreign powers using on the embassy staff, resulting in various health issues that required the embassy to be evacuated. The story successfully took hold, gaining brief international attention. Ordinary AWE 24. Event Summary. An AWE occurred in the town of Ordinary, caused by an object of power, slide projector, ID OOP-15, discovered by local children at the dump outside of town. When a specific set of slides are used in the projected images open doorways to other dimensions. Multiple slides were used by the children, resulting in the disappearance of the town's adult population. Event response. On August 30th, 2002, siblings Dylan Faden, 10 years old, see P6 materials, and Jesse Faden, 11 years old, see P7 materials, were playing at the local dump when they found a discarded slide projector. See OOP-15 case file and Darling Presentations for details. A team led by Director Trench and Dr. Darling arrived at the site on September 14th. The AWE had ended, but the team found the Faden children, who led them to the slide projector and the slides, which had been burned with the exception of one. Jesse escaped when the agents attempted to detain the pair. In total, 17 surviving individuals were found in the town. All of them were brought in for questioning and tests. See interviews and prime candidate program files. Ordinary AWE 24 details. Details are largely based on interviews conducted with Dylan Faden. See interviews and for relevant information, and the obtained therapy sessions of Jesse Faden, as well as circumstantial evidence found at the ordinary site. Note that accounts provided by these three sources contain conflicting data. Example, DF claims there were 8 slides for the projector, JF mentioned 9 slides, the Bureau found 1 intact slide, designation 36, and the burnt remains of 6 others. Unfortunately, these slides are too badly damaged to be used in the projector. Jesse Faden is believed to be the individual responsible for burning the slides. Notes. Dr. Darling has ordered the entirety of the ordinary town dump be brought to the Bureau for examination and analysis, with the hopes of finding individual slides or other altered materials. Due to the limited space in the investigation sector, this AWE will be investigated in the containment sector. Sterling, AWE 46. Event Summary. A paranatural object appeared in a field outside the town of Sterling, Colorado, near a billboard advertising. No civilians were injured, though a family dog has been reported missing since the event. Event response. Local authorities arrived on the scene and began issuing orders over a monitored line of communication, using several watchwords flagged by the Bureau, including. Bureau agents from the regional office were dispatched and arrived 2 hours after local police. The situation was contained and analysis began. Bureau research staff arrived the next day and examined the object. After days of evaluation, the object was lifted into an enclosed truck with built-in BlackRock panels and relocated to Bureau headquarters via the subway transit system leading into the oldest house. Sterling, AWE 46. Details. Local witnesses report a bright flash in the field at approximately. No noise accompanied the light. Authorities had assumed the object fell from the sky, but our examination found the object actually manifested there, vaporizing the soil around it with an intense spherical, which possibly explains the light seen from the town. The object is a hollow sphere made of a stone-like material. Structural analysis of the material does not on record. The sphere has a broken portion, as it sometimes from the object. The object has been inactive since arriving at the Bureau. The Communications Department officially stated to the press that the object was a small meteor, while also using the America Overnight program to see episode 92. Note, this AWE will be studied in the containment center until the spherical object is deemed safe to be transferred to the investigation sector.